Hey everyone, Dan here. I wanted to look at Mara today. Mara is interesting because this company actually is focused on mining Bitcoin and is an interesting way to kind of play the hype around Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and take advantage of the run-up even if you don't want to get into Bitcoin itself. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It means a lot. And let's get into it. So I have previously had a position in Mara. Mara, much like a lot of the other stocks we've been covering lately, has gotten beat down quite a bit. It was over 50 at this point here, and then recently it was half that price. So it's a wild ride, and Mara often has pretty wild swings day to day. Especially recently, there haven't been a ton of days that are, it's just up or down 1 to 2%. It's often like it's up 15% and then it's down 12%. And so it has these wild swings. And so that way it can be really interesting for us to play off the volatility and the potential that such crazy pumps and drops give us. So here's what I see at Mara. I actually didn't draw this in, but let's identify. This is the 1 hour chart. So this was pretty recently. It hit this double bottom and then continued to push off of there. I do think that because the stock is so volatile, I would keep a nice tight cut loss on it. If I were to consider taking a position, I wouldn't do it if it gets stuck under this 2804. And what I'm looking for it to do is to get into this green box, which I actually think if it gets into this green box and starts filling it in nicely and then runs up to this 32.47, I think what we've done is we've filled this gap. That's another nice thing with these stocks that are wildly volatile and have these huge green days and huge red days, is that they leave a lot of gaps that then the price retraces to and fills in. So I think there's a chance that we need to fill that gap. There is the potential that it has been filled with this whole area right here, which is sort of like what I'm looking to see as I'm considering taking a position. Best case scenario, though, we get a push off of that 32.47, and then what I think is happening is we're going to head into this gray box because if there is a gap to be filled that seems a bit more of like a slam dunk, it's this one. Again, because this one looks like it may have been filled by down, up, down, up. That may have filled that gap, and so I need to see that we're pushing off of that and we're not like messing around in that area anymore. And then I think that we're headed pretty solidly toward 40 to fill this white box, which represents this gap here. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. And again, if it gets stuck into that 2804 and it starts just like hitting it, and it can't break through it and hold support there or reestablish support there, then I'm going to think it's a pretty weak play and probably stay away. I do think from its current price at this 30, this has a good chance of being one of those stocks that could like double over the course of the coming months. Or at least before we get out of 2021. So it just depends like how long you want to hold it for, how many of these like crazy ups and downs you want to sort of have to think about and deal with as they come and go. But that's what I see. This is what the daily looks like. I did have sort of like a worst case scenario here on the daily, which would be like this 22.92 being I put that in there because my thinking was if Mara does hit a lot of like fall below 2804 and then that becomes a resistance zone and it pushes down toward like $23, then what I would be thinking is happening is it's filling in this gap. And to me, that would signify a really great buying opportunity. But I would be kind of surprised if we get it. It just kind of seems maybe too good to be true with such a sort of like a high potential stock in terms of like growth potential in the coming months. But yeah, if it gets down there around 23, I would be sort of like tickled pink and take myself a position. And yeah, but otherwise, get in that green box, push off that 32.47, and I'll feel pretty good about us running up to that 39 zone. So good luck, everyone, if you're in it or if you are thinking about getting in it. And that's all for now. I will see you all in the next video.